Hey there guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of This Week in Metal with your host as ever, me, Hywel Davies, coming to you from noizzeblogging. Now, I just want to start things off with a bit of an apology for last week for missing that episode. There was complications, I was in London at the time, so we weren't able to get the episode out on time. And we've just changed up the cameras, as you can maybe well see here now, so hopefully the quality that you deserve as our loyal viewers has been going to be uply improved, so fingers crossed for that one. So, without any further ado, here is your news of the past 2 fucking weeks. Luckily enough, one of those weeks there's nothing really going on anyway, so fucking A. Our good friend Simmons, bass player and co-founder of glam metal icons Kiss. You may have remembered a couple of weeks ago is that he was trying to trademark This Little Numpty, but unfortunately he has pulled out. Oh, dearie me, no more money for him. I'm sure he'll be fine. So yes, for reasons that probably just came down to the fact that it was just so ridiculously stupid that he has now decided to pull out from trademarking and patenting, Faith No Mooring, the thumbs out Spider-Man symbol. So that's pretty good, you know, with Homecoming coming around the corner as well. I'm pretty sure Peter Parker can be rest assured that Gene Simmons is not going to be going after his pennies in his pocket. This has been a long time coming. I was so excited when I got to hear that Chad Kroeger, the Crown Official Prince of Canada, has declared war on the Corey Taylor of massive... What the fuck? So, okay, so, here's the thing. So, Chad Kroeger, founder of Nickelback, and singer of many of a soppy ballad, and hot dog enthusiast, I can only assume. He was being interviewed by this journalist a couple of weeks ago, and he brought up a very distinct and very obvious observation about his band Nickelback, saying that they were the most diverse sounding band on the planet. Or around those lines. The diversity and Nickelback were used in the same sentence, which is, to me, and I think to a lot of people might agree, don't get me wrong, right? Am I a Nickelback fan? I wouldn't put myself down as one, but you know, I know that, you know, they do bring out some bangers, but diverse they are not, sir. And all fairness to the journalist, he was bless his little heart, put into the corner. I probably would have caved under the pressure as well, because fuck it, why not? I mean, Chad Kroeger goes up to him and says, "Oh, I bet you couldn't name me a single band that was more diverse than Nickelback." And he goes, "Stone Sour?" Which is kind of fucking stupid in itself, with all due respect to Stone Sour. And then off he goes off on one, bloody hell. And he's like, "Oh god, no, Stone Sour, they're just Nickelback light, aren't they? Corey Taylor said some nasty things about me, and his other band Slipknot are terrible. God, how bad do you have to be, you know, to wear masks and throw up and beat yourselves up on your stage if your music's not that good?" And all this come up with this huge proper throwing, just shots fired, literally artillery blazing down on Corey Taylor out of absolutely fucking nowhere. Don't know why. It's just, maybe someone just needs a nice little sit down and a cup of tea with old Chad before he's gone and said something stupid. Too late, apparently. Then Corey Taylor, of course, has caught wind of this, and again, he was interviewed by another radio station and just saying that he just thinks this whole fucking thing is so stupid. And instead of taking the high ground and saying, look, he can say what he wants, I don't care, just brushes off. No way, more shots are being fired. He just called Chad Kroeger's face a foot, which, you know, I'm only here to report the news, guys. I'm not here to get involved in your little debacle, alright? For our third and final story tonight, Ivan Moody. Now, this comes off as a bit of a downer. So, past couple of months, I suppose you can even argue throughout most of the career of Five Finger Death Punch anyway, Ivan Moody just basically went up on the stage and decided that that was going to be his last ever show. And which is quite distorted, because he's done this before, but this seemed a little bit too on the nose and far too real for it to be another bluff on his part. So like, he went up on stage, he walked off. I forget the name of the other singer who's done it now. This was a couple of weeks ago now. So But yeah, no, it looks as if he'll be he's back in rehab now. He's got to try and sort out those demons, and he's pretty much on his last life now with Five Finger, which is really sad because that, I mean, I don't want to say that out of all those guys, I mean, they're all like, Chris Cale is a big personality, Jeremy Spencer is a killer double kick player on the drums, Jason Hooken's all-time battery as well. They're great guitarists as well. I think again, Ivan brings that big personality to the stage, and for a band as troubled as they are, then you'll be very hard to find a band as hard-working as them at the same time, and they absolutely slayed it from what I heard at Download as well, which makes it even worse because I mean, I've been saying this for maybe the past couple of years now, and others on the grapevine have been saying it as well, that you could easily see Death Punch becoming Download headliners in the next 5 years, I should say. I mean, there's no ifs or buts about it. So, Ivan Moody is currently in rehab. Death Punch are planning on finishing up their tour as well. Just kind of shows like the work ethic, and either way, Death Punch will carry on, but it's going to be very interesting to see the form that they take afterwards. So it'll be interesting to see. So our hearts do go out to Ivan Moody because he's got so many demons that he's fighting off now. So rather than scrutinise and downplay this guy, I think we should all back up behind him as the big old metal family that we are, and really, give him all the support that he needs. All right. So from Noizze to you here, Ivan. Get well, buddy. Go on. Album news this week. Paradise Lost have announced that they will be premiering their first track off their up-and-coming album Medusa, which is out the 1st of September off Nuclear Blast Records. The track is called The Longest Winter, and it'll be premiered on the 7th of July. So only maybe it's about just under a week or so, which is pretty cool. I think it's premiering on the internet because there's been a teaser of it on the Nuclear Blast YouTube page. So do check that out. So we're going to be super excited to see that. They're basically the metal doom equivalent of a soggy digestive left in tea for too long. Yeah, but still retaining the taste, just twice the sog. So we're super stoked to hear about that, and we'll put a link for the teaser when it comes out, and we'll definitely post it on the Noizze Facebook page when it does come out. So looking forward to some doom and gloom, especially this summer. Fuck the sun. And that's our show for this week. Please do give us hit that subscribe button there, give this video a like. You can either go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/NoizzeUK. As ever, my name is Hywel, and I will see you next week for another episode of This Week in Metal. Stay heavy.